Yeah, good evening, guys. It is me, your brother, your friend. I am here again for us to continue from where we stop. It has really been an easy job, but we are doing it because we believe in what we do, and we believe that together in this struggle we can make Edo a better. Because we believe in what we do, and we believe that we can make Edo a more better, secure place to be. Because we believe in what we do. So I'm going to be talking about a very important topic that I put up today. Sorry, guys. Please, I want you to press your share button and let's invite people to the show. Okay, guys. Yes, just press your share button. Let's invite people to the show. We'll give every one of us some time to do that. I'm trying to do my also. Try to do my also. Please just press your share button. Let's invite people into the show. Yeah, guys, just press your share button if you are there. Anyone just come in, just press, give us some like, give us some, press your share button on YouTube, Facebook. Let's share this word on our Facebook pages if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, just share it. Good morning, Abbas. Good morning, MD Edosa. I greet you people. Let's just press and share as we invite people into the show. Give us a press your share button on YouTube, Facebook. Let's share this word on our Facebook pages if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, just share it. Good morning, Abbas. Good morning, MD Edosa. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm still waiting for more likes, more share. I want to see that we are 30 before I start because this is going to be a very, very important day. Please share if you're on Facebook. I think I have about 6 persons on Facebook now, 1 on my Facebook page. At least we have 9 now. We have 12 on Nigeria Watch. We have about 22 people watching. Let's share. We are working on that. Abbas. We are working on that. Very soon, you're going to get from us. You're going to get, you're going to get from us very soon. You're going to hear from us very soon. We just finished a Zoom meeting with Amoyele Sowore right now. And in that Zoom meeting, we had a lot of talk on the way forward. So I know very, very soon you guys are going to hear from us. So it's not going to be business as usual, as people like us are on the front burner now, making impact in what we do. Please share, just press your share button. Quickly invite people into the show. Give us some likes and give us some thumbs up, and let's start the show. It's gonna be very fun today. You start to see the way I'm sitting. I want to sit very comfortable and begin to give analysis on what is happening in our dear country, Nigeria. Okay, I'm going to take you through Dante memory lane, history lane today. Why I try to give us the details vis-a-vis, what has transpired since the coming in of the nation called Nigeria. You will see on my wall the topic is the amalgamation by the British, the North versus the South. The amalgamation by the British, the North versus the South. And the unity of the South is the only solution to a better Nigeria. The unity of the South is the solution to the problem of Nigeria. Until the South gets united, the entire nation will be in perpetual disarray. Now, many of us have been blaming the North. Some of us have decided to look at the entire situation, how the Nigerian state had gotten to where they are today. Please share these brokers. I'm not getting, people are not coming in, and it's not making me happy. We are still 22. I want to get maybe 50 people in the next 10 minutes. We'll get 50 people in the next 10 minutes. And on Saturday, if you are, good evening, my dear sister Mabel Agawa. Please share the brokers. I know you will share the brokers. Invite people in, invite your friends in. Tell them it is time to get the riddles from the stables of matter arising with humanist Steven. Yeah, we are getting to 30 now. Nice one, guys. Okay, let me start off because of time. Let me take a deep breath. Don't mind me, I feel a little bit relieved today after the Zoom meeting. Yeah, good evening, Osaradion. Good evening. I greet you, my brother. Please, as you are coming in, press the share button on YouTube, on Facebook. Yeah, Austin Sonny, I greet you, sir. Just press your share button, give us a thumbs up. Let's keep going. I want us to get, a very 50 before we get to 10 minutes. 50 viewers before we get to 10 minutes. 50 viewers before we get to 10 minutes. Okay, let's kick now. We are in 10 minutes, so let's kick. It doesn't matter where we are. Thank you, guys. Just as you come in, just press your share button. As you come in, just press your share button. Give us thumbs up. Let go. Now, the Nigerian state. Why are we not developing? Why is the Nigerian state moving from one trouble, from one problem to another? Prince Austin, good evening. Well done, bro. Just share. Messi, share. Sayeko Joseph, just start sharing. As you come in, press the share button. As you come in, give us a like, press the share button. YouTube, Facebook, coming in, a like, press the share button. Because this is going to be explosive, it's going to be very, very educative, it's going to be very, very intriguing. This is from the stable of matter arising with humanist Stephen. I am here today to take you through the memory lane on how we began, on how we got to where we are today as a nation. So all I expect from you is to press your share, invite friends in if you're on YouTube, on Facebook. Let's come and get some words of freedom. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Ooh. In 1897, the British government came into Edo State. We all know the 1897, the British invasion, and captured the state, the nation, Edo Nation, sorry, and captured the Edo Nation, also known as the fall of the Benin Kingdom. And they parted away the monarch Obaovora Menobasi to Calabar, where he stayed until his demise. You know, and Oba doesn't die in Benin, they transit. Okay, take note of that. Oba don't die. You don't say the Oba died. No. Oba doesn't die in Benin, they transit. Okay, that's what we believe. So now, after the fall of the Benin, many other states or nations, independent nations as at that time, were captured by the British Empire from the Niger to the Atlantic Ocean, down to the Escravos, down to today known Port Harcourt, down to the Warri area, down to Benin, down to the east, then to the west. They ruled this part of Nigeria. They called the Southern Protectorate. Taking of this story right now, guys, I'm going to give you something that will get intrigued at the end of this broadcast. That's why, as you're coming in, press your like button, share the video. Facebook, YouTube. Now they were ruling us. They also conquered the north, from Sokoto down to Maduguri, deep down to Benue, Taraba, Adamawa, along the Midwest coastal region. They call them the Northern Protectorate. They rule these different entities independently. In 1914, that's where the story is going to start. In 1914, because of the business nature of the British government, they decided to merge these two protectorates to become one business empire. Underline the word I use now, business empire. Nigeria wasn't a nation when they were protectorates. They were actually business, empire of the British government. And because of the cost of managing the two different protectorates at that time, they decided to make them together to become one. In order for them to reduce the financial burden in running their business empire. Prince Kelly, good evening. Please just share as you are coming in. Good news, Victory. Please just share as you are coming in. And give us a thumbs up if you're on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you, guys. And do you guys know what happened? They decided to join it together under the leadership of Lord Lugard. And their wife, Florence, the girlfriend then, or his mistress, as it may be called, known as Florence Lugard, who later became his wife, actually gave the name the Niger area. The Niger area, which was now translated to become Nigeria. But one thing that is very clear in that so-called amalgamation was it was actually done to favor the North politically. Do you know the reason why I said that? Before the amalgamation of these two protectorates, the Northern Protectorate, they were backward educationally. In everything they were doing, they were backward. And it was very, very expensive for the British government to be able to manage the governance affair of the northern Nigeria. While the southern protectorate, they were very, very, don't forget, they were very, very industrious. Don't forget that before the coming of the white men, of the British to the South was already an industrialized state or nations independently. Edo, the Benin Kingdom, actually had an embassy in Portugal around the 15th century. The Benin Kingdom actually have an embassy in Portugal around the 15th centuries. The Benin Kingdom already has streets where mapped out city or nation, as it was called. The Benin Kingdom then was one of the biggest kingdom in Africa at that time. So they already had this administrative setting, and so very many other kingdoms, like the Jaja of Opobo, and many other kingdoms from the west to the south to the east. There was already an existing kingdom. Let me shock you. The Benin Kingdom was already practicing a republican state before the coming of the white men. So they understood what administration was all about. But in the north, they had a feudal system of government already existing, where religion was used as a mechanism to rule them. I'm coming. Bear with me today. It's going to be slow and steady. Now, in the Southern Protectorate, they were smart. They were intelligent. I think in the 16th century, an Oba in Benin then, I think either Oba Oroboa or so, can read and write. Yeah. At the 16th century, he can read and write. So there was an Oba at that time that reads and writes. So the intelligence in the South was more conspicuous, visible. It can be visualized. The same to the Yoruba kingdom, the Oduduwa kingdom, to the same with the Igbo at that time. But in the north, Everything was all about the throne, the kingship that symbolizes the religious authority of the northern feudal lords, what they known as the caliphate. We also have kingship here in the south, but the kingship in the south as at that time, particularly in Benin Kingdom, did not fuse the tradition of the kingdom as part of his kingship responsibility. The Benin Kingdom, the Yoruba Kingdom, and the Indigo Kingdom as at that time separated tradition from rulership. So they were practicing monarchy. You hear this now? They not practice feudalism, where women take decision, everybody obeys. But the South, we are practicing a republican monarchical system of government, where power lies in the decisions of the people. This is a pre-colonial era I'm trying to put into your being, brothers. Now, at the time, please, guys, give me some thumbs up. It's just 21. And the viewers today is just, it's nothing right now. I'm not getting enough view on this. This is a very, very broad and a very interesting topic today. I need to have gotten maybe 100 viewers right now. You know, in all the platform, I'm just getting 51, and it's not encouraging. Okay, guys, start pressing your share button, invite the friends in, call them in. This is lesson class from the stable of Humanist Steven. Now, hear this now. Why it was a protectorate? They called it the Southern Protectorate. They didn't say the Southwest Protectorate. They didn't say the Southeast Protectorate. So that time when it was a protectorate, Lagos State, Eko, which also another part, that's history for another day, was made the administrative headquarters of the Southern Protectorate after they left Ugoton in Benin. There was nowhere in Benin City or in the whole of the East there was an office or an administrative headquarters except in Lagos. The same thing they had in the North. But prior to the 1914 amalgamation of the South and the Northern Protectorate, because of the high level of the intelligence of the South, the British government, who were in charge of the day-to-day affair of the Nigerian state, decided to divide the South into two. The one they have the Southwest region, the other one they have the Southeast region. And they made the North one, the Northern region. Guys, listen, this was done for a purpose. With time goes on, you're going to get fat from me. Before the 1914 also, the British government running both sides of the device, as at that time when they were separate entities, they operated the direct system in the South, where they make administrative decisions directly to the people, by now undermining the powers and the authority of the traditional rulers in the South. You understand how our traditional law became weak in today's constitutions in the South. But that of the North, she have so much power in decision making. We know how they overthrew Jaya for Pobo. We know how they dethroned the Oba of Benin Kingdom, Oba Vormen Obasi, and took him to Calabar. We know how they did very many unprintable names all over the Southern monarchical system of government that they came to meet. Whereas in the North, they operated the indirect rule system, where they do not speak to the people directly, but they speak to the people through the kings. And that gave the kingdom, like the Sokoto Caliphate, so much power as at that time. So the direct rule system, the indirect rule system, was employed by the British to undermine the intellectual capability of the Southern Nigeria. They destroyed the fibers of our traditional institutions by the actions of the British people on the south of Nigeria. Let me give a very critical example. Like I said, I'm a Benin man, a blooded Benin man for that matter. Please share this video. Let me get likes. When they invaded my kingdom in 1897, the British committed an abomination according to the tradition that was invoked or in operation during the time of the invasion. That they did not do in the northern part of Nigeria. Why? Because they saw the North as not too intellectually mobile. So all they could do was to liaise with the kings who were feudal laws in order for them to pass across their messages to the people. But in the South, because every Southerners at that time was informally educated, so, and even their rulers at that time treat them not as slaves, but as equal personalities in the affairs of their kingdom before the coming of the colonial masters. So the direct and indirect rule system was a ploy. It was a ploy adopted by the British to undermine the authority of our traditional rulers. Like today, I can boldly say a typical Benin man before now fears the king than the government. That is why in Benin City, the governors and all go to the king. Even when they are there, they bow before him. Just the way they do in the North. But they so much relegated us, they make us not know, I'm coming. Let me not jump the gun. Let me go to number 2. So the indirect rule system, the direct rule system brought disunity among the Southern Nigeria because of the divide and rule system introduced by the British, while the indirect rule system brought unity in the North. Because power was given to the kings to rule the people directly. This actually fostered respect for traditional institutions and also created unity among them as power was centralized in Sokoto state, known as the Caliphate. Good morning, Sister Grace Obama. Please share the video. As you're coming in, give me a like, share. On YouTube, give me a thumbs up, share. Thank you, guys. So, you see, they allow the system working there the way it is in London. The Queen is the Alpha and the Omega. You can never dethrone the Queen of England. The Queen has so much veto power when it comes to politics. Even in those days, she has an authority that is unquestionable. They adopted the same system in the north, and they brought a divide and rule system to the south. While they were trying to amalgamate us, they splitted us into two, creating the northern, the southwest, and the southeast. They divided us along ethnic line for them to be able to do the divide and rule system and create acrimony among the two brothers who once lived together in unity for so very many centuries before the coming in of these fraudsters called the British government. Am I making sense to you now? If I'm making sense to you, say yes. Am I making sense to somebody right now? Hello? Can I get yes? Am I making sense to somebody right now? Oh, it's like I'm not making sense right now. Okay. In my house, miracle. Thank you. Thank you. Do you also know number 3? When the white man came, I'm a pastor, like you all know, but I must always say the truth for the sake of the truth. Before the coming of the white man, the northern Nigeria had their religion called Islamic, which came in around the 14th or the 13th century, if I'm not mistaken. The southern Nigeria also have a religion that was very similar, guys. Their system of worship in Yoruba land was nearly the same with the system of worship in Igbo land. The system of worship in Ijo land is nearly the same with the system of worship in Benin Kingdom. The Ibibios, the Afemas, the Ekweres, the Shekiris, the Robos, just name all the ethnic nationalities that was in the south. Go check their religion. We have the Igbe, being worshipped by the Shekiris, by the Robos, by the Jos. Igbe in Benin is called Olokun, the god of waters. In Nigeria, they have what we call it Besu. In Benin, it's called the Esu. And also, the Yoruba also had a god they called the Eshu. These guys, they have, there was unity among them. The British left. They're not the way they were. But we thank God. They fostered Christianity on us. But actually, it came to divide us the more. They didn't make Christianity compulsory. You see, in the North, they made Islamism a compulsory thing because they gave power to the king, who are the feudal lords, who are also the custodians of the Islamic religion. Get that now? But when it came to the South, they now made it a choice. They forced some people accepting the Christian religion, and they allow some to still be practicing their traditional old religion. These two religions in the South now gave a fuse of battles. The battle of supremacy came into existence. Those of us who were now Christians seized the palace of the kings, who we once respected, as not being qualified to become our leaders. But they refused to take the same religion to the North. So actually, for those of you listening to me, the essence of the white man bringing Christianity to the South was not actually to bless us, but it was actually to divide us among religional lines. Does that sound correct right now? Does that sound correct right now? Guys, am I making sense to you today? I'm a little bit very logical now. Like I said, I'm a deep thinker. I am an analyst. So I do a lot of I do a lot of analyzing issues based on what I know. Okay, guys? They brought religion to the South to separate us the more, but allowed them not to continue with their religion, which they met on ground. While the Southern Nigerian were fighting over which religion is more superior than the other, the unity of the North was getting stronger and stronger by the day. They have one religion there. We now have two major strong religions in the South. One being operated, being sponsored, and being backed up by the British government. While the other was the indigenous one, which they are trying to oppress. That brought fusion. And many people who gave their life to Christ at that time, the British were telling them they do not need to succumb to the dictates and the order of the traditional leaders, the obese, the odioweres, the ballets, as the case may be in the South. That brought more disunity, more disregard, more disrespect. And that actually widened the scope of the division of the South. I am coming. Just follow me gradually. I'll put you part of the way to live on time today. Or we'll make it part 2. Should we make it part 2? Hello, somebody. Should we make this show part 2? Or I should continue till I'm tired? Now, number 4. When they amalgamated the North and the South together, the landmass of the North, of Nigeria is about 65% of the entire landmass of the Federation. Whereas the landmass of the South, it is about 35 to 40% of the entire landmass of the Federation. And these people decided to divide the South into two regions. The Southwest and the Southeast. And they left the North to be one region. Let me shock you guys. The northern region of Nigeria has more ethnic languages than the southern region put together. I repeat, the northern region of Nigeria has more ethnic languages than the southern region put together. But yet they were allowed to remain a region, and they divided the smaller part into two. They call the West and the East. It was a system of continuous division among two brothers who were actually from the beginning of the same minds. They operated the divide and rule, which the Hausas are still doing till today. I am going there. I believe in one Nigeria, but we must make corrections in order for us to be able to understand where the problem is coming from. That is why I am one of the advocates and one of the conveners of the United Southern Nigeria Forum. I am one of the people that brought the idea with my friend, my brother, Comrade Roland Oborodion, that we started having some months back, which is gathering momentum by the day. The reason why we came up with that idea is what I am telling you now. We saw the problem. We know the only way we can make Nigeria. Listen, I don't believe in division. Nigeria is a state, if well managed, will be better than the United States of America. Go mark this word anywhere. Nigeria as a state, if well managed, will be better than the US. We have the intellectual capability. We have the technical know-how. We have the manpower. Before the coming of the white man, Edo State has a street light. In the history of the world, in the Guinness Book of Record, the earthwork that was done by the Edo men called the moat around the city is the earthwork, is the largest number of earthwork that have been done by hand before the coming of mechanization. Go check the Guinness Book of Record. In the Guinness Book of Record, Edo State was more organized, was more planned than France and many other countries, many other developed countries in the world today. Go check the Guinness Book of Record. What has actually happened today, that everything has turned around, it is the British government that put us in this mess. They planned Nigeria to fail from the beginning. I'm going to tell you why. Why I continue. They had it planned out that Nigeria should fail because they know the North have nothing to offer. They believe the South had all to offer. So they had to reduce the power of the South politically in order for the North to drag us back. They will remain in the same status quo every time, every day. The North was allowed to be one region, while the South divided into two regions along ethnic lines. The division further created disunity of the South. The East now saw themselves as Igbos. The West now saw themselves as Yorubas. So there was now a bridge that was built by the colonial masters, which was not there before they actually came to Nigeria. Please, guys, share this video. I'm not getting so much view today. This is not okay. I'm only having 42 in Nigeria Watch and 33 on Facebook. We need to get at least 100 on each of this because this is a very, very fantastic. As you're coming in, please press the share button, call your friends in, send this message, this to WhatsApp, all your WhatsApp groups, let people hear where our problem started from. If you know your problem, you solve 70% of the problem. In 1959, no, in 1953, actually, there was a constitutional conference that came up. That was when the Nigerian government started agitating for self-independence. In 1956, Chief Anthony Enaoro and Ishama from Benin Kingdom, they had the law of Uromi, proposed a motion that Nigeria should have a self-independent and the Northerner vehemently rejected. And they said, if Nigeria should have a self-independent now, they are breaking away from that union called Nigeria. The biggest mistake of the South at that time was to beg them to remain, not knowing the plan of the British government is to destroy that entity called Nigeria. My Northern brothers, I'm not against you guys. I want you guys to also learn from this. Having power without no solution is like taking fencing for HIV. So power should reside in the north, where the high rate of poverty in your domain is higher than what we have in the south. It becomes questionable. That's why we are trying to make you guys understand what the British did to you, to your forefathers, if you can be able to have a change of mind. In 1959, an election was conducted. You guys are surprised today. It was the United North against the divided South. It was the United North against a divided South. Let me shock you why I said that. Remember, the North was one region. The South, two regions. After the election of 1959, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Owerri of Onitsha, got the highest vote, but not enough for him because they were operating on the parliamentary system of government. And the second was Tafawa Balewa, who the only time became the Prime Minister of Nigeria. And the third was Chief Obafemi Awolowo of the Southwest. So imagine we have United North against United South. Who is going to win the election? If in 1959, we have United North against United South. Who do you think will win the election? Please give us thumbs up. Thumbs up is just on 37. I want you to get to 50. Please, the view should go up to 100. Who do you think will win the election, guys? If the first was the South, the third was the South. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody now. Come on, guys. I need somebody to talk to me. If the first position was the Southeast, second was the North, third was the Southwest, who do you think then would have won? If there was a United North against United South. You see, the British was very smart. They know a United South will make Nigeria to be another London. Another London. If Obafemi and Azikiwe were on one camp as a certain state, they would have defeated the North. Ask down. The North took second. Now, if you add the number of the South that took third with the number of the South that took first, the South wins. It was a game plan. It was a game plan to make sure that the South never rules. It was a game plan to make sure that the South perpetually depends on the North, on who rules the Nigeria state. That was the plan of the British. And do you know why? Not because they're not a bad people. No. They don't believe in feudal system. The feudal system believe that few people can be rich. Every other persons would depend on the few rich people. That is the ideology of feudalism. And these few people that are rich will control the mindset of the majority that are poor. That is why you will see in a whole village in the North, one man is the only guy that has a magnificent building. Every other one lives in a mud wretched homes. And they are comfortable going to him to say, please, sir, we need food. And he's there to dish out money to them as when he wills, in order for him to control their mindset. That is why you have a lot of amajaris, street urchins, street beggars in the city of the North. And most of them in the South today are actually imported from the North. That is the definition of a feudal system. The people who are the top of the ladder, they are called the feudal lords. Whereby the people at the bottom are the slaves, are the servants. And in the feudal system, the feudal lords has the final say. The people on the land had little or nothing to talk about. And most of the feudal system is enveloped in religion. And one of the religions that actually practice more of the feudal system of government is the Islamic religion. You get that now? Now, in the 1959, the British already knew if I allow the Southern Nigeria to remain one, they will always defeat the North. They are smarter, they are more intelligent, they are more articulate, they are mobilely developed. A Southerner is mobilely developed. So they decided to use a system whereby they will divide them, they will be able to be dragging the votes, the trust of each other, while the North is unitedly operating as one entity. That is why in the North today you have the Arawa, the entire North. Even when the North is divided into three zones today, geographical zones today, yet they still operate as one region. They still operate as one region. They have the Northern Government Forum. We don't have the Southern Government Forum, no? We only have the Southern Government Forum, the Southwest Government Forum, or the Southeast Government Forum. But in the North, that's why they have 3 geographical zones that was created, but they still call themselves the Northern Government Forums that made up of about 19 or thereabout governors. It is what the British told them, that in unity you can continuously rule over the intellectual mobile South. Will create division because they are intelligent and because they are very knowledgeable and well educated. They will not want to succumb for one another. Ego will come in, and that will tear them apart the more, while you take advantage of the division in their middle and play the divide and rule system, which the British played with us from 1914 to 1960. Shock you guys? Don't worry. Okay. We're just starting anyways. Now, in that 1959, they needed a joint ticket in order for them to have a prime minister and a ceremonial president. Okay? And the easiest job that would have been done was for Azikiwe to have had a discussion with Chief Obafemi Awolowo of the South. Both of them would have formed the first government of Nigeria. Maybe Nigeria would have been where we are today. Maybe. Because if they had been together as one state or one region, the southern region, we would have not needed any form of anybody coming in. They would have won landslide victory over the North. But because they were divided right now, we now have 2 regions in a small southern region. Then both of them agreeing for them to form a government at the center became a big problem. And Azikiwe eventually agreed to form a government with the NPC, the Northern People's Congress, with the NCNC, which brought Tafawa Balewa to be the first Prime Minister of Nigeria and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to become a ceremonial president. The man that had the highest vote became a ceremonial president. Whereas the guy who he brought into power became the powerhouse of the government. In 1956, it was the United North against the divided South, which also led to the Tafawa Balewa-led federal government, with him being prime minister and the other being ceremonial president, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, according to the plan of the British. Call our Igbo brothers, let them come. All our Yoruba brothers, come and hear story. You're fighting yourself over nothing. This is the plan of the British from the beginning. Now, look again. Remember, the Niger Delta, no, the Bendel, the Edo Delta was part of the Western region. Like I said, because of the indirect rule system that was created by the British between 1914 to 1960, it has already embedded in the mind and in the subconsciousness of the Southern man that they are intellectual, therefore they have the ability to take their destinies into their own hands, fought vehemently against the Southwest Nigeria over what they call ethnic marginalization. At the same time, hear this now. The middle betters in the north be actually fighting for the same ethnic marginalization during the reign of Tafawa Balewa and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. In 1963, the Midwestern had a referendum seizing from the Western region, and they voted in favor of them being separated from the Western region. We now had the Midwest region in 1963. Then, that increased the regions in the South to 3, and the North was still 1. They silenced the middle betters not to speak anymore about secession from the Northern region. But they were quick in allowing a referendum to decide the fate of the Bendel, or also known as the Midwestern region. In 1963, they yet again divided the South the more by creating the Midwest region to now make the South 3 regions against the United Northern region. Even when the middle belt cried for marginalization, their cry were never attended to. The division in the South became wider, and this gave the North more advantage. Then the likes of Chief Antonio Naro, Oba Akenzua II, and many other, Osadebe, and many other prominent Midwestern were now agitating for the Midwest region as a separate entity from the South. Why the lack of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Chief Esel Akintola, and many others were agitating for the Western region, and the lack of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Sao Sadebe, and many others were actually also agitating for the Eastern region. I'm lecturing from experience. I lecture from experience. Okay, all what I do, I normally put that points when I'm on my show, so it don't go off head. Okay. Now, nobody wrote this. This is me. Nobody wrote this. This is me. I tell you, I'm a deep thinker. Now, when I have 3 regions against a united North, that created more division in the South. Where the Midwest, do they see themselves as the West? Or do they see themselves as the East? In January 1967, in January 1967, there was a coup plotted, orchestrated, planned, and executed by section of the South because of the division that was created by the British, called the Easterners, or popularly known as the Igbos, led by a popular known man, Kaduna Nziegu, that wiped away many of the northern politicians during that bloody coup, which brought to power Major General Goji Ironsin as the first military head of state of Nigeria. Because of the division in the South, the man came to power in order to consolidate power within the southeast affair of the state called Nigeria. He came up with a decree which is now being used today in Nigeria, called the unitary system of government, where power will be centralized at the federal level. He did that without not thinking that the North will ever get hold of power because of their low level of intellectuality. So at this point in time, the North were actually afraid of the South because of our intellectual capability. The North thought then election or politics was all about pen, paper, and grammar, which they were not good at all. They never knew that the barrel of gun can also give you the liberty to power. The South again showed the North that you don't need to get to power only by the ballot. You can also get to power by the barrel of the gun. It's getting funny now, right, guys? And when the Southeast was plotting this coup, they refused to infuse the Midwest and the West into their plan. It was just some few people within the South that had the coup plotted. The Midwesterners were happy, and the Westerners were happy. And when they want to take over power, they gave power to Aguyi Ironsi, also from the southeast zone of the nation. When that coup happened, Aguyi Ironsi came with the unity system of government, and it centralized all the powers in the federal government and the central government. They not sat down for 6 months or thereabout. They saw, oh, this is an opportunity for us. We are very, very backward educationally. In terms of economic capacity, the South is better. In terms of knowledge, the South is better. In terms of exposure, the South is better. Are we going to allow them to take over the political space of this nation, of this entity called Nigeria? No. Now they just showed us that we can actually take power by the barrels of gun. Don't forget that the British people were putting in more northerners into the army as normal people. When the South were coming in educated, getting to the position, the South wasn't interested in army because we were too intellectually conscious. Army then was not a job. It was a job for dropouts. So the only dropout we had in Nigeria then was the North. That is why people like your president could not finish secondary school before he was enlisted into the Nigerian army. Okay, guys? So now you see today, all the paramilitary in Nigeria today are from the North. we're going to go there. If you guys love what I'm saying, just put some more likes and share this broadcast. Just put some more thumbs up. Just thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Video, thumbs up on YouTube, Facebook, share. Let's go on. In July 1967, there was a reprisal coup. By the North. Where Aguiyi Ironsi was killed in the West. And Colonel Yakubu Gowon, who was now promoted to become Major General Yakubu Gowon, took over as the president. I mean, the head of state, the second military head of state of Nigeria. And the coup was against the Igbos. The Igbos were not only killed politically, many of the Igbos in the military were wiped out by the northern military men. The reason people think it was just because of what happened in January of that year. No, bros. It was not. Sorry, 1966. It was not what happened. No, it was not. They actually killed them because the Igbos were actually the highest ranking officers in the military at that time. So they were killed in order to pave way for the likes of Yakubu Gowon. But there was a man then, known as Major General Ogodipe from the West, was supposed to be the next head of state. The man ran away. He was scared. He was scared of what is going to happen to him based on the bloodiness of the two coups that took place in the nation within 6 months. He ran away and went into exile. Then, the next man who was supposed to become the head of state then was Colonel Ojukwu. He was higher than Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon. Now the North said, "Nine, we are not going to give it to you again. We're going to give it to Ojukwu." That was the beginning of the fuse between Major General Gowon and Colonel Ojukwu of the Igbos. Like you all know, they went to Aburi in Ghana to make decisions, to have a way out. And right there in Ghana, they were told that they should go and form what we call a confederal system of government. What is confederalism? A confederal system of government is a government whereby power resides in the states or the regions. Stronger states, weaker center. And because of the low educational quality of the North, please let me drink water, please. because of the low educational quality of the North, Gowon accepted without it does not even understood what confederal system of government was all about. And it was supposed to make a public broadcast on the national TV that Nigeria will start having a confederal system of government. And Colonel Juku returned back to the East. Then he was like the sole administrator of the Eastern region then, was already happy, knowing fully well that he has won the case. Then when Gowon came back to Nigeria, he called Chief Obafemi Awolowo No. After Murtala Mohammed, they came Obasanjo. Don't worry, just listen. Just listen. After Murtala Mohammed, they came Obasanjo. Okay. Now, now when they went to that meeting, Ojukwu came back waiting. Then Gowon spoke to, they had a cabinet meeting then because then Awolowo was in the cabinet. Because Awolowo was put in prison by Aguiyi Ironsi. Then when Gowon released Awolowo from prison and making the Minister of Finance. So he told Awolowo, said, look, we won the case. So Awolowo said, what did they say? They gave Awolowo the paper that was signed. Awolowo told him, do you know what you've just done? He said, no. He said, you've just allowed the East to go into succession. Again, because of the division that was created by the British people. If we had remained one united South from the beginning, Obafemi Awolowo wouldn't have sold Ojukwu out. If even. But because they have already created that very unnecessary hatred by dividing us along ethnic lines, lying to the South against the Igbos, lying to the Igbos against the South, and everything that we are doing, they're making the Southern Nigeria to fight themselves. Why did not remain one single entity politically? He told Gowon, said, do not make this broadcast. If you do, you would have given up Nigeria. Then Gowon refused to make the broadcast. When Ojukwu waited till 9 p.m. news, nothing came forth. He called Gowon on phone. Gowon refused to pick up the phone. He knew that Gowon was not ready to abide by the Aburi Accord. Ojukwu decided to declare the state of Biafra. The state of Biafra was declared. When the state was declared, then they tried to do one or two things. War broke out. We had the Civil War that lasted 30 months. I will say the Biafrans were strong. They did fight a good fight. They had the energy. They built everything from the scratch. They defended their territory. They refused to give up easily. Again, the Southern Nigeria refused to collaborate with the Biafrans. Do you know why? Again, Ojukwu called for Biafra without letting the other side know. Because of the division of these wicked British people. If we were united the way the North was united, every decision that would be made would have been a unanimous decision that would have gone smoothly for the progress of the entire Southern Nigeria. Do you see why we are clamoring for a Southern Nigeria? A united South. until you know the story in-depthly, twist the story all around to understand where we are coming from. Now, when the war was going, like I said, the Southeast actually produced their guns. They produced all their bullets. They produced all their ammunitions. They did everything by themselves. Because then the British government refused to allow any other superpower to send weapons to the Southeast because they never wanted a secession. They have been scared of the West from the beginning. Okay, guys. While the war was going on, the East were fighting vigorously against their own brothers, the Southwest and the Midwest, with the United North, what they call the Nigerian state, against a small fraction of the Southwest, of the South, known as the Southeast. They fought gallantly. They were defeated. They were actually creating an havoc in the battle line against the Nigerian state. Another Saturn again came and told Gowon, because Gowon was still giving them food. As they were fighting now, Gowon was still giving them food. Gowon take helicopter. We'll take a helicopter and drop food in the camp of the people. The government of Nigeria was still feeding them. Yet they were war, the people, the civilians were being fed by the government of Nigeria. Another Satana, because of the enmity that had been created over the years by these evil-minded British people. These evil-minded, conscious British people. Another Satana came and told Gowon, how can you win a war when you give them food? Not be you get power, they fight war. Not be you get power, they fight war. Then we must stop giving them food. And immediately they did that. The war did not last under 3 months. The Southeast gave up. They lost the war. I am not after what the Southeast are doing. Like my brother said, my friend is saying, Douglas. Amas, what the Southeast were doing was as a result. If you follow me from the beginning, you understand where I'm going to. It was the creation of the British people from the beginning. We lived together before the coming of these people. Do you know, Douglas, as you are a Benin man, do you know then even the kingdom of the palace of Oba Benin was far as Tow, Anambra State? Onitsha. We still have the Benin descendant today in Onitsha. So, we'll be already working together as one united, unified entity. We're already doing trades together before the South divided us and began to lie to each other in order for them to divide the unity that was on the South because of our intellectual capability. Listen, guys, until we get this, nothing we can do. A divided South can never stand in contest with the United North. Today, No certain president can ever come to power without the endorsement of a northern oligarchy. None. Any president that is coming from the south in 2023 must be endorsed, approved by the northern oligarchy. Do you know the reason why? Because they know today. Let's look at it. In 1999, they said it's going to be for the southwest. Am I correct? In 2003, but Obasanjo contested again. Then in 2007, this is going to be for the north. The northwest took it where Buhari came from, Katsina, in the person of Yaradua. Now that same year, Buhari was also from Katsina, contested against Yaradua, which is against the principle of separation of what is it called, the zonal system. Now, when Yaradua left and what is the name of this man, Jonathan came, Buhari also contested against Jonathan before he won him in 2015. Buhari from the west of northwest, Yaradua from northwest. To the north, the power goes to the north, not to the northeast, not to the northwest, not to the north south, or whatever they call themselves there, or the middle belt. It goes to the north. Anybody can become the president, but in the south, we are agitating that power should go back to the east because the southwest had already taken power. Because the south has already taken power. Do you know why we now have the southwest, south or whatever? Because that was the creation, the mindset that was built on our forefathers from the beginning of this relationship by the British idiots. That is my point, sir. That's what I'm going to say. Thank you very much, sir. So now, because of this unity that they have, that's what I'm trying to put in point is this. This old division that we have today is created by the British. And until our people, our leaders start seeing beyond the way we see and get united and speak in one voice, we go nowhere. Yeah, northeast, northwest, north central. They're the same. We only tell them they don't even know whether they have northeast or northwest. It's only when they want to collect money, they will not say northeast, northwest. But if there's no collection of money, they are northern states. Northern Nigeria. They have one cultural group called the Arewa. But in the south, we have Oduduwa or Afenifere. We have Indibo or Biafra or IPOB. We now have the United South. You know, how a house divided against itself. The Bible said a house divided against itself can never stand. So for us to have a well-organized South, the entire South must break that bridge of disunity that was created by the British Empire. You know why they did that? Because Nigeria was never created to be a country. Nigeria was created to be a business empire for the British. So therefore, you were not created to prosper. You were actually created to serve the purpose for which you were created. That is to perpetually rely on your heirs, colonial masters. That is why when our people are sick, they run to Britain. The same Britain colonized America, but they showed America the way the same system they operated in Nigeria was the system they gave to the American people. But when they were leaving, they left the government neutral. No state was being empowered to be bigger, stronger, more powerful than other parts of America. That's what today you see. America became, now once a son has now become a father, once a daughter has now become a mother to the United Kingdom. Yeah, my brother, that's what I'm saying now. This IPOB you see, so it is what they have been inculcated into from the beginning. What their ancestors are telling them today is the Benis are their enemies. The Ijos are their enemies. The Yorubas are their enemies. The Ibibios are their enemies. And that was what the British people told their forefathers. Their forefathers told their fathers, and their fathers decided to tell them. Until people get this kind of teaching from people like us to understand that your problem is not your brother in the south. It is not even the north. It is the way and manner the British people structured the nation for their personal interest and gain, to the detriment of the Nigerian state, because they never wanted Nigerian state to be a prosperous state. Finally, I wrote here, I said, the division created by the British in 1914 among the South had grown into a monster. Finally, the division created by the British in 1914 among the South had grown into a monster that is against the South till today. So the problem of the IPOB, it is the creation of the British. The problem of the Yorubas against the Benin's, it is the creation of the British. All they did, what they did was to make sure that the South, being intellectually mobile, be academically sound, be very innovative, if they are allowed to prosper as a united South, the British people will become dependent on us. Okay? Oscar, Ian Shaw, you are not getting... when you come into a show, sometimes you relax, get a show, get your story, or just watch the video, then go and play over again. You understand where I'm going to? Nobody talking about the South. I don't have any South here. I don't have any Southeast here. I don't have any Southwest here. I have a united Southern Nigeria. So you guys are actually the one dividing us the more. We should stop using this old system of Southeast, Southwest, and South-South. There is nothing like that. We should stop it, guys. We can never go nowhere with this division we are creating. We should stop it. The North doesn't have anything like Northeast, Northwest, or North Central. They call themselves United North. Until we start thinking, we can't go nowhere. Guys, come on, guys. You guys are not getting me. You're not getting me correctly right now. Let me tell you something. In the East have 5 states. 5 states. In that 5 states, all of them, they are Igbos. That is one ethnic group. One. How many ethnic groups do we have? Do you have in Benin? How many ethnic groups do we have in Benin? In Edo State? About 10. How many ethnic groups do you have in Delta State? About 20. How many ethnic groups do you have in Yoruba land? Maybe about 4. And we have over 700 We have over 700. We have over 700 ethnic groups in Nigeria. So you will see that more of the ethnic groups in Nigeria are actually in the north. What is our problem as a people? Why can't we for once get united as South? You guys talk nonsense sometimes. You can never win. Listen, guys, I have told many of you before. I had an Igbo guy on my show and I told him, I said, listen, if we continue like this, you can't get Biafra. We must start thinking in togetherness, we can win. First, we must unite as a South. Whatever bridge that have been built in the past, we must put the bridge together. Until that, forget it. Until that, forget it. Sometimes when somebody is trying to teach you guys the way out, you guys shout, who is this Oscar? Listen, Oscar Natural, if you don't want to stay here, I'm going to take you out of my wall. Very soon. If you don't want to listen and get knowledge, then I'm going to take you out of my wall. I'm going to take out of my wall. It's like Igbo people, one thing I've seen about you guys is this: you don't want to listen to fact and figures. I just made a very, very remarkable and well-articulate explanation of where we are, and you guys are still trying. And you guys are still trying to tell the people that you are actually the problem. Then, guy, you out of this world. You are not even. Where is this idiot? Where am I going to take him out here? Because if you go and listen to my video again, then yes, I say it. They don't even want to learn. They don't even understand where we are coming from. They just jump into your show. They start acting. I have defended the South from the beginning. So if you don't know what the problem is, guy, just get off my show and get the hell out of here. Please. If you think you can get all this whole thing by fighting alone, bros, you are just wasting. So go learn, go listen to what I've just said, go listen to my story, go see how far I have been able to prove to you that the problem in the South is not the Igbos, it's not the Midwest, it's not the Yorubas, it is the British people. Go ask your parents back home. Let me tell you the story on how we get to where we are. So when someone is talking, you listen. Guys, sorry guys. You know, these guys sometimes, you know, guys, don't mind me. You know, sometimes when we try to educate ourselves in order for us to get a solution, some people hold on to their fake stories that they get from somewhere. Nobody cares about Igbo now. Nobody cares about Yoruba. Nobody cares about Benin. Nobody cares. If you listen to the story, I'm trying to put it down. I have made everything clear that from the beginning, the problem is not us. It is what has been sold to us. Many of you have not read books. Go, my brother, if you want to really know about the problem of Nigeria, go and read books. Go deep down. Read books. Read how we got to where we are today. Read what was the relationship between the Igbo man, the Benin man, and the Yoruba man before the coming of these people. Go read books. Go study. Do research. Get your brain working. Don't rely on information given to you by someone who has not even read books. When I come on show, I read. I do investigations. I do deep in. Every of my show takes me 3 days to get prepared. Every show takes me 3 days to get prepared. Every show takes me 3 days to get prepared for. God bless you, my brother. We all need the United States. God bless you, best way, guy way. That's what I'm trying to explain. The British government and their missionary was our problem from the beginning. Sometimes I just jump into it, talking about AirPop. Who cares about AirPop? I didn't even mention AirPop all through my show, because AirPop is inconsequential in this matter. AirPop is a 21st century idea by us. Most of us who's talking about AirPop today, we have not only go and read, we have actually go to read history. I just said here now that the Igbo fought vigorously during the war, but they were being betrayed by a certain man. I made a statement here, and I said that betrayal was as a result of the division that was created by the British from 1914 when they amalgamated us together. Some bunch of educated illiterates are coming on my wall to start talking about AirPop and all that and that. When you get deep down, you understand that you cannot do anything. If you try it again, listen, guys. Yeah, mommy, I'm continuing. You know, the failure of the 1967 Civil War, the failure of its 1967 Civil War, if I Peter, sorry, my brother. That's the Civil War. The failure was because we are not united. If, for example, we have a united South, I've said it before, I don't know why people are not getting it. The Igbo is never the problem. The British was the problem. The Yoruba is never the problem. The British was the problem. In Hausa land, they have the Fulanis, they have the Hausas, they have the Kanuris, they have the thieves, and many other ethnic groups. Major, I'm talking about major ethnic groups, not minor, not like Urobo or Edo or Ishan or Afema. I'm talking about major ethnic groups that they flow over more than 3 or 4 states in the north, but they were able to squeeze them into accepting the northern oligarchy system through the indirect rule system that they created. They shook them. When they came to the north, to the south, they give us direct rule. They were talking to our own mothers, talking to our own brothers, our own fathers directly, leaving the kings who were the one that were in custodian. Who were actually the custodian of the culture and tradition as at that time. They let them begin to brainwash the people directly. You understand now? And the way and manner, they begin to speak to them. No, don't listen to this man. This man is worshiping idol. This man is killing people. This man is killing someone. In Sweden here, where I live, here in Sweden, and at the time these idiots called British came to Nigeria, these people were still worshiping witches in this country. At the time when these idiots, these British people came to Nigeria, these Swedes were still worshiping witches. They were still killing people. When they came to Africa to say our religion was barbaric in the south, but they left the religion of the north to still remain, where people hands were being caught for stealing, where people hands were being caught for even looking at woman, where a woman will be flogged for not wearing the mask they put on their face. where a girl will be killed if she's not found to be virgin if she marries. But they did nothing in the north. But they came to the south and they decided to infuse their demonic culture on us, just to separate us from the culture. Thank you, my brother. I know. Not be all these people. Sometimes they just make all the shout. We must understand where we're coming from. This idea of Igbo. Listen, there's no Igbo. There's no Yoruba. There's no Bini. We are all Satanans from the beginning. Go read history. Sit down sometimes. Sometimes and meet your leaders, your kings. Your kings. And ask them, sir, man, what actually transpired before the coming of the colonial masters? If the history is still there, they're going to tell you things that you need to know. You will now understand that you once had a relationship with the Benin people. You once had a relationship with the Yoruba people. The entire side, that's why our gods, the gods we practiced before, they are nearly the same. What is Amadioha? What is Amadioha in Igbo land? Is it not the god of thunder? In Yoruba land, what is it called? Shango. In Benin, what is it called? Eziza. The same God, but different name based on the locality where you belong to. Igbe, Olokun, in Edo and Yoruba land, they call Olokun. In Ijo, Urobo, Ishekiri area, and those areas, it is called Igbe. So, guys, this whole thing is if we are one. Until we come there, live on. All this one say we need the Biafra. Without we get Biafra, we will die. Bros, leave that matter. Until we decide to unite our Southerners, we now decide, okay, this is what we want. This is what we are going to. Hey, my brother, all this one with the rap. So, Nabiamo, we must all come together. No, broom. One broom can be broken easily. But when it bunches together, it's unbreakable. Before I go, I'm going to go now in the next 12 minutes. Do you know that the NSAS movement actually shook? Do you know that the NSAS movement actually shook the Northern legacy for the first time? You know that? For the first time, the NSAS movement actually shook the Northern legacies. For the first time, the South was united. They were scared. And do you know that they were already giving up? It was getting to the point of giving up. They were getting to the point of giving up for a restructured Nigeria. Get to the point of giving up. They were scared to their bones. They said, wow, for the first time, they were flabbergasted. They had a series of meetings for that 2 or 3 weeks. Series of meetings were held in the north. Late night meetings were held in the north. Until they decided, please share this video, guys. Until when they saw that there was some loopholes because of the same thing, the same disunity I'm talking about now. I'm talking about the unity of the South. So people are talking about IPOB. What are IPOB going to do with the unity of the South? Yeah, that's why they didn't participate, because it shocked them. Because they never believed that the South can ever unite. Douglas, they never believed that the South can ever unite. Never. They were shocked that during the protest, there was no Igbo man, there was no Yoruba, there was no Bini, there was none of them. Everybody started singing one voice. Do you know how shocking it was that on a Friday at Lekki Tollgate, the Christians gathered around the Muslims while they were doing their Friday service. Then on Sunday, the Muslims gathered around the Christians while they were doing their Sunday service at Lekki Tollgate. They are all, that shook them. They say, wow, these boys had actually dumped religion. The only tool we use in dividing them, they throw it off at our face. Nobody cared about who is a Christian. Nobody cared about who is a Muslim. The Muslims were there while the brothers were praying. The Christians were there. The Christians were there while the brothers were praying. They started having meetings. What are we going to do? Should we give up on these guys so we structure this nation so that we live in peace? Because the way they are now, a united South will defeat a united North. And I promise you, if we have a united South, we are going to have a better Nigeria. Nobody, not the Igbos, not the Edos, not the Yorubas, who want to live in Nigeria. I promise you, the day that the South decide to unite, you're going to see a turnaround in that nation. An Igbo man, Innocent Motos, is there. The biggest oil magnates in Nigeria today are from the South. A lot of things that they know that if we unite today, the British will be scared. Because we will take Nigeria to the highest of all. What do you think anytime we leave home, whether you're Igbo, whether you're Yoruba, Benin or wherever, you go outside and you're doing exploits? How many Hausa man have you seen in position of power outside Nigeria? But you see a lot of Igbos. You see a lot of Yorubas, a lot of Benins in political position, be appointed. You know, Oga Douglas, I don't want to go to that today. Maybe we're going to do that another day. Why the certain that were in power could not restructure Nigeria? It is the same thing. The foundation of the Nigerian state created by the British people was 40. The truth of the matter is this, guys. If you are building a foundation of a 5-story building and you build the foundation on a 1-story building, that building will collapse. That's what we are today. The foundation was 40 because they divided the South. So the South does not believe that we are one entity up to tomorrow. The Bende are fighting for their own freedom. The Yorubas are fighting for their own freedom. The Igbos are fighting for their own freedom. But the North still remain one united entity. That is where I am going to. That is where the problem is. That is where we ought to start thinking towards. How are they not remain the same? And the South, we are fighting ourselves, saying the South is my problem. The Southwest is our problem. I'm not the problem of this. I'm not the problem of that. I'm not the... Guys, when I will talk like this, they are smaller children. That small children will come again and inherit this our problem. We must start telling our children and say, listen, Igbo might not be your problem. Yoruba might not be your problem. Benin might not be your problem. But the problem was the creation of the British people. Then in the issue of what are they sharing when they are sharing their loot, they don't discriminate who is not. Those guys, those are few individual criminals. And this, let me tell you, and these elements you see today are actually nominated, appointed, because they are not elected. by the same cabal. You know, in a court group, you have all kind of people in it. While they're in the court, you know that an Igbo man who is an Eye will kill an Igbo man. There's not an Eye. Before killing the Benin man, there's an Eye. A Benin man who is an Aye will kill a Benin man that's not an Aye before killing an Hausa man that belongs to an Aye. So this group of politicians, they are into a court whereby they see their brothership first before seeing ethnicity in it. So these are selected few individuals, greedy, stealing, minded donkeys who sees money as the only way. And they were also taught by these same Oyibo people to steal. If not, why will somebody steal and take the money to London? They will keep it there. Then after Friday, they will not say, okay, your money is after they have made so much profit on it. They are armed robbers. If you stop these men taking your money out of Nigeria, they will stop stealing. The looting will end. If they loot, they will leave it in the bank in Nigeria. But because they take them out, nobody for them. They just in selection. If we are one, there is no IPOP, there is no Igbo, there is no Yoruba, there is no Southern Nigeria. That's who we are. That's my stand. Southern Nigeria is matic. Yeah, this is man-made problem, sir. Made by the British people. Best way. And we can resolve it if we decide to go back and get united. Thank God, Omoyele was on our show today. He said he met Nnamdi Kanu and he spoke to Nnamdi Kanu. That's what we should start doing. Let's just speak it to ourselves. The grandson, that guy, that was always against the Igbos in London, that the Igbos are the problem of Yoruba. Brother, they are not the problem. Igbos are not the problem of Yoruba. Neither are Yoruba the problem of Igbo. The problem of Igbo and Yoruba is the land where you live now, that London you live, they created the problem. So if you want to fight, bomb London. Don't go and bomb Alaba Market. Okay? If you want to fight, you only meet fight. Bomb London. Go to the King's Palace, the Queen Palace, Elizabeth. Set yourself ablaze or bomb yourself there. Let the whole house destroy. That's where the problem is. Not the Igbos in Lagos. They created the problem. Those people there, they are devils. You don't know that. Thank you. Now what I'm saying now. They take all the money up. Take it to abroad. God punish them. So come and start saying Iboma is my problem. Yoboma is my problem. The moment we unite together, we will dislodge these people. I'm telling you guys, the moment we decide to unite together, first of all, we unite as a Southern Nigeria together. I will not engage our northern brothers with the same idea that we have. They will not be able to take the youth of the north away from the tie. From the tie of these feudal laws. I promise you guys, Nigeria will turn around overnight. We have what it takes. We have intellectual people. Do you know it doesn't have the highest number of natural gas in the whole of Africa? Deposited, not used. In the whole of Africa, it doesn't have the highest number of natural gas. Go to Zamfara, gold. Go to Enugu, coal. Go to the west. What are you talking? Go to Borno, Benue, Taraba, Plateau. These areas are so much fertile that if even your peace will grow. Your peace, you grow. Benin City is only where you go to a bush that nobody have ever found. You see plantain as weed. Banana as weed. That's how fertile Nigeria is. I've already said that before. I said religion was created by the West to destroy the South. That is the truth. You see, Mas, you see, now what's it that talk so? Because they know the value, they want to destroy it. They want to make up people actually poor. They are wicked people. They are wicked. You don't make patients with all right. Make do not allow they carry their money go the year. When to the book people that they only answers. When you don't go to London, France. You go to France. They push up France, go to London. This what I'm just want to say now. They have a plan of making sure that Africa does not develop. We are the food basket of the world. Do you know that Africa has the 75% of the natural resources? 75% of the natural resources in the world is deposited in Africa. Do you also know that Africa has 65% of the land mass in the entire world is in Africa? 75% of the mineral resources in the world lies in Africa. And that in Nigeria, 60% of the mineral resources in Africa lies in Nigeria. I beg, my brother. We must see our potentials. We must think of what binds us together more. We must think of what binds us together more than what separates us. What binds us together more should be what we should be thinking than what separates us. Igbo man live in Yoruba land in Lagos. They build mansions. Because we feel we are one. The with Yoruba. Listen, guys. If you think politics is what separates us, it's a joke. These guys are in court. If you think I'm trying, go to Nigeria with all this knowledge that I have. I want to go and contest. They will not give me even ordinary councillor. Even with the money I will go to take home, I will not win election. Do you know why? Because they select. Why? Because they know I am not within their court. The very day I decide to succumb to that their devilish court, then they will give me whatever I want. Because then I have sold my soul to the devil and I can't do anything on my own anymore except in their instructions. These are facts. These are figures. You can take it to the bank and you cash it right there in the bank. Until we break this yoke of who is our problem. Until we break this yoke of who is fighting who within the South, we can never move anywhere. And they'll continue killing us at every point in time for their selfish interest. And some few greedy ones who they have made so much rich that is scared of losing that stupid popularity that they have gotten from the ill-gotten wealth that they have amassed for themselves through your collective sweat. They will do anything to sell you and the entire village to the north. All for a pot of porridge. You saw this man they call David Umaya, what do you call him? The god of Ebonyi, who went to APC because he want to become president. That's who they are. They don't care about you. Neither do they care about me. So these few ones, we should not allow them to define who we are as a Satanan. That is my point. Thank you, guys. I've been on this seat since 12 o'clock. You know, I just finished a meeting where Showrell was there, and I just went into this one now. I'm really exhausted. I need to go and sleep. Okay, guys. On Saturday, I'll be having, a lecture on pig farming from one of my guests. You know, from one of my guests. You can get it on Nigeria Watch YouTube. It's on Nigeria Watch. Okay, I'll be bringing a guest on Saturday on pig farming on one of my guests. Please stay tuned. 5 o'clock, Central Europe time, which is Nigeria time. We'll be having a very interesting time where they're going to teach us how we can actually be successful in pig farming. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. God bless you. Have a nice day. Bye for now.